Rap Delites. Rap Delites. Rap Delites.
Yo, what's going on? This is Rap Delites, organic, non-GMO hip-hop commentary at its finest. Got my lovely host here, Miss Smith. I'm Bats. My buddy Ty Ski ain't here today, so we're staying in the boat all by ourselves, so it won't be no gloom and doom today. We ain't got Ty here.
Womp womp.
I mean, shout out to Ty Ski. Me and Ty Ski was actually out last night.
That's why Ty Ski's not here today.
Oops.
And missed that invite.
Yeah.
Sam, did you get that invite?
We were slumming it. We was in North Philly. You know what I mean?
Never mind. Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
Down in North Philly.
Thank you for not thinking about
and
me.
the shit. You know what I mean? We was in North Philly.
Shout out to North Philly. North Philly got some spots. Lou and Choose.
No, we was in this little spot, this like social club. Like right off of the boulevard.
It was like an after hour?
Nah, it was like regular hours, but they was in there smoking and hookah, marijuana joints.
I don't consider off the boulevard North Philly. Where at exactly?
It was like 10th Street. So it's kind of
it's like wavering.
It's walking
it's
a
not
line.
like, yeah.
We were hanging out with North Philly chicks, so boom.
That explains it.
So we're gonna get into it today. We got some dope topics for y'all today. Stuff we're waiting to get into. As always, we're going to get into what we are listening to this week. Just like basically our favorite stuff. What we into, what's grinding us up today on the hip hop tip. So Miss Smith, what are you listening to this week?
So just like last week, I kind of took it back a bit. I've been listening to some Bad Boy, Lil Kim hardcore. I had to rap for Biggie.
Rest in peace, B.I.G.
Yes. So definitely had to put some Biggie on. And Brand Nubian.
Brand Nubian, like Grand Poobah.
Grand Poobah, like One for All.
Yeah.
That's right, like One for All.
See, I fucked with Brand Nubian,
yeah.
But I didn't. The first album, the All for One album, when Poobah, I was more of a Poobah fan.
Yeah.
I got in the Lord, but when they came out with the next album, I think that was Everything Is Everything. That's
everybody became a big Lord Jamal fan.
Lord Jamal, Shout out to Lord Jamal, you know what I mean? Lord Jamal was shit. And I was a Sadat X fan too.
Yeah.
But them together, they had a good symmetry going on.
They were a really good crew.
They was almost like kind of like Nice and Smooth, like one with like real hype.
That's right.
And the other one was on some calm shit or like that type of vibe.
Yeah.
But Lil Kim, hardcore.
Yeah, first
Didn't really
joint.
get into hardcore.
Why?
The intro.
And listen. This is no slight against Kim. I fucked with Kim. Kim was dope. But I was one of them dudes in the '90s. I don't know if in Philadelphia in the '90s. I had this like gray hatchback wagon, right?
Okay.
So I was one of them dudes riding around with the hatch up.
Right.
With the speakers
Was
and
that the
everything
tourist
like that.
wagon? Was that the joint?
No, not the tourist. I had a celebrity wagon.
Oh, celebrity one.
I had a celebrity joint.
Yeah. And
I wasn't riding around playing Big Mama thing. And stuff, you know what I mean? It just didn't. I wasn't doing that.
Shout out.
Like Niecy.
I was in the celebrity. No, I had a Pontiac 6000 back then.
I remember that Pontiac 6000 before you crashed it.
See, there we go. I had that car all of 6 months.
Crashed the
I
Pontiac.
had no business having a car at that age.
Crashed the Pontiac into a 929.
So irresponsible.
You know what I mean? Totally irresponsible. But yeah, I like Kim.
Yeah.
And I loved what she was doing with Junior Mafia, so I was in the Players Anthem and all that kind of stuff like that. But I didn't listen to. But I also didn't listen to a lot of Foxy. Didn't listen to Foxy like that.
I did too. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because of that same reason. I mean, I was right there, like.
So where were you, like? In the crib, behind closed doors, like getting it in? Like, what were you doing?
I was still out, but I was playing their counterparts. While you was listening to Foxy,
right.
I was listening to Jay and Nas.
Okay.
While you were listening to Kim, I was listening to Big.
Okay.
And that was because they were fueling what I was after. Kim wasn't fueling what I was after. She wasn't. I mean, so I respected her as
Right.
what she was doing. I just wasn't listening to the albums when I was out.
Yeah.
If you go out when you got me, I'm not going to say for all guys. I can only talk for myself. When I was going out, those things were like anthems for me. So
Yeah.
I would put it in. I was getting dressed to them. I was putting it in the car. I was getting ready because I was on the hunt. And so so you
Always
put,
a hunt.
So you
Always
put
a
on
hunt.
so you put on Players Anthem, and you put on Biggie, and you put on all that kind of stuff because it gets you ready.
It's motivational.
Yeah, it's motivational.
Well, I could listen to all of it.
Yeah,
So,
that's
I mean,
it,
it's so
yeah.
funny how, as a man, you couldn't listen to this
To-
out
to-
in public, but as a female, I could listen to Big. I could listen to Kim.
Yeah.
I could listen to all of them collectively. It wasn't any like, yo, they talk about busting guns too much, or let me go get my dick
Well,
sucked, or something like that.
Plus you're a thug too, so
West
yeah.
side.
You're a bit of a thug,
No,
you know what I mean? So you know what I mean? She had a whole
Bougie thug, right? We get the shirt
she
made
a
up.
bougie thug. Yeah, she a bougie thug. So she kind of got into that whole kind of vibe where I was just all just thugged out, hanging out in the streets.
Yeah,
We was going. We was
Dirty
going.
backpacks. See, that's where it come from.
Listen to me. We was going to the CD clubs. We was going to the night, the after hour spots and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we was into that kind of stuff. Plus, we was picking up chick. You, if a dude, honestly,
Go ahead.
if you was a dude came to pick you up, right, and he was playing Little Kim hardcore.
I'm like, that's my shit. That's my shit. Yeah.
Little Kim hardcore.
That's why he playing it right and pick me up. That's why he playing
But that's like for me, that was like kind of different. But like I wouldn't be playing I like the City Girls,
Right.
but I don't play the City Girls.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I just don't, I'm not riding
Just
out
in
there.
home.
Yeah.
You listen to it behind closed
No,
doors.
I
yeah.
listen. I listen to it when it's on. Like if it's on the radio.
But you're not
or-
checking. You're not going in.
I don't put it on because that's not. It doesn't
Yeah.
motivate me.
Yeah.
I like the videos.
You know what I was thinking too? Which one particularly?
Yeah,
you know what I was thinking about too? Was Little Kim the first female to like grace a rap crew of all men? Because remember after that it became like the norm in the 90s. Foxy with
No,
with
you
the
had
firm and
yeah, well, that became a thing.
what was the
later
Philly
on.
group? What was the Philly group that had
Major Figures.
Major Figures? Yeah.
Yeah, but you had back in the day
He did it.
huh?
Master P did it.
Master P.
Well,
That's right,
everybody
that's right.
got
it was
on
like
that.
the thing, but Lil Kim was like the first, right?
No. You had back in the day in the what was that the funky.
Oh,
Funky
Roxanne
Four,
Shant-
the
no,
Funky
no.
Four, the Funky 4 plus
Was
1.
that Roxanne? Was that
Roxanne Shante was in one.
Nah, it was the funky. Let me pull it. Let me get actual.
All right, let's get the.
The Funky 4.
We're gonna Wikipedia this for y'all real fast.
The Funky 4 plus 1 was the first group to have a female MC in the crew.
And what was her name?
Her name was. Let me pull it up. Let me get it.
And I wasn't talking about Roxanne Shante. I'm talking about the real Roxanne. Wasn't she in the part of the crew?
She was Roxanne, the real Roxanne, the Puerto
Roxanne.
Rican girl.
Yeah.
She wasn't the real Roxanne though.
That was her name.
That was her name, yeah.
See
Yeah.
what happened with the whole Roxanne thing, right? UTFO came out with the song Roxanne. And then this is me just giving you a little history on
And his age.
and my age. But I was a kid when it came out, but I still remember. UTFO came out with Roxanne. Boom. Roxanne was nobody. There was no Roxanne. She was just a girl they made up in a song or whatever like that. Roxanne Shante, coupled with Marley Marl, came out with a diss record towards
the real Roxanne.
Towards UTFO.
Right.
She dissed each member of UTFO. This is Roxanne Shante. She actually took
and killed that
and killed.
diss.
So UTFO, not to be outdone and not to want to like come at a girl,
Right.
They created the real Roxanne, and they took the girl and they just created her. She wasn't.
Oh, I never knew that.
She wasn't. No, she was somebody.
I never knew that.
Yeah, she was just somebody that they pulled out and created because I mean,
Okay.
you want to get in on the action, but you know what I mean. You want to she shot 10, so we gonna get the real Roxanne since we came up with the name and.
But she had
like
flow. She had skills. I messed with her.
But they was all writing that stuff. You know
I knew they was writing it, but her delivery was on point. Like you know, and she looked good. She looked the part. Like you know.
Yeah, but getting into the first hip hop, the first female in the hip hop crew of men was Shyrock.
Yes. Okay.
Shyrock.
God, how did I forget
from
that?
the Funky 4 plus 1.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
Okay.
that was. But after that, it really wasn't being done.
Yeah.
So once like Kim and them came aboard or whatever like that, but then you had girls that were always in crews. They just weren't like
they weren't represented
like Latifah was in the Flavor Unit, and she was like the only female.
But I don't identify her with the Flavor Unit. I don't. Yeah.
But she was a part of that little crew, and even Light. And MC Light had a crew.
She had what was DJ
the Milk D and all those dudes. They was all a crew, and she was like the girl in the crew or whatever like that. So it was there. It just wasn't prominent the way they did with Kim, and like especially with Kim.
Yeah,
like they really because she
was Junior Mafia. Like
Kim was like Big's little underboss.
Right.
That was like what I mean. And plus he was sleeping with her, so you had that too.
Shout out to 90s trivia.
Yeah. Plus he was sleeping with her, you know what I mean? But I fucked with Kim hardcore, you know what I mean? And she this is the shit. But
I was banging it
so Little week. Kim, Brand Nubians,
and the baby. So I'm listening to him a little bit.
Baby?
The baby. Not Little Baby.
Not Little Baby.
The Baby.
That's just hard to keep up with.
It is really hard to keep up with. It's a lot of them.
Dudes, Baby. It's between.
Not the wham bull.
If the dudes ain't Lil, it's Baby or Young.
Yeah.
Or a combination. Young Baby, Young Little.
Yo, it's so funny. I never even thought of that. Like, it's no originality. Like, where's it?
It just flips back and forth.
You ain't got no Grand Poobahs. You ain't got no.
Well, you know what I think, and me and Sam was having this conversation. Just like we were talking about, like a lot of stuff that we're listening to now, they're demos. Yeah. A lot of these names are just like your first names. Like when I first started rapping, when I was a young boy, I had a bullshit name. You know what I mean? It was like L Boogie or some shit, you know what I mean, that you said. Yeah, so these dudes are getting signed at like 15, 16, and they're just coming out with these weak ass names that they just came up with when they were kids. Right. You know what I mean? Everybody had a weak rap name. Yeah, but isn't it your responsibility, like whenever you get signed or you get to change that to maybe, but
like you're coming to somebody.
But if you already got a fan base running after that name and you got 1 million followers on Twitter, you know what I mean? You're not going to just change it up or whatever.
It's not the same because remember when the youngsters wanted to become
the Philly Funksters.
The Philly Funksters. It was like,
they was hanging out with Trex.
Exactly.
And it was like, all right.
It's hard to change your name. Yeah. A lot of times when rappers come back and they want to change their name because they've grown or it's just hard for us to identify with them after that, you know? So, no, I get it.
I ain't Little Bow Wow.
Yeah, I'm Bow Wow. Like, no.
Nah, you Little Bow Wow.
I ain't Puff Daddy, I'm P. Diddy. That's when we kind of fell into it. It took us a minute, but we kind of fell into it. But then he came out with what was the one after that?
I forget.
What was the one after that? No. It was like some crazy Brother Love or something like that.
That was some bullshit. That was just some shit he did on the internet. That was just some shit he did on the internet. You know what I mean? What I've been listening to, what I've been banging all week, it's one motherfucking song that I've been listening to all week, and that's the new well, it ain't new. It came out like a month or two ago. The new J. Cole joint, Middle Child.
Oh God, I've been banging that forever.
I've been listening to Middle Child like religiously.
Oh my God, such a good track.
And it's funny because I mean this isn't on the KOD album, and they playing it on the radio a lot, surprisingly, because you know Cole ain't really his latest stuff hasn't been a whole lot of radio play with him. And I've noticed that Cole been doing a lot of guest appearances on different people's stuff. He's on the 21 Savage joint. He's on the Offset joint. He's getting his more like commercial side, like on that tip, whatever like that. But this joint right here is just so it's so telling of J. Cole and how he feels about the industry, and how he's giving dudes props, he's rhyming, he's hard, you know what I mean, the beat is banging, and he's teaching at the same time and trying to pull the young boys in like, yo, come here at this dope shit, you know what I mean? And I just love this song, Middle Child. Then he got the video for it.
I haven't seen it. I gotta check for the video.
The video for Middle Child is dope. It's just a really dope song and a dope ass fucking. I'm loving J. Cole for this right here. You know what I mean? And
well, I've always been a J. Cole fan. This song
is just like awesome.
I was so hyped to get something new from him. Like this song, I love it.
It's fucking awesome. I'm like, yo, shout out to fucking J. Cole for trying to bridge the gap. For not coming across as a hater.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I mean, these young boys don't need somebody just, ooh, you at, ooh, you terrible. They need somebody to say, yo, come here.
But they gotta listen. They gotta listen to it because, like, it really takes you, you know, a time or two to kind of, like, really get into it and be like, yo, do you hear what he's saying? Because you can just follow the beat and be like, yo, that joint is dope. The way he, like, his flow is you know, just do, but, like, just to really listen and get into the lyrics is key. And I think, like, the young boys would really be like, yeah, this is tough. I love this song.
Shout out to fucking J.
Yes.
Cole. You know what I mean? We're gonna be right back with more Rap Delights. We're gonna get into some more of this hip hop stuff. All right? Be right back. I'm Bats.
I'm Miss Smith.
And I'm TSK1.
And you're watching Rap Delites.
What's going on? What's going on? We are back to Rap Delights podcast. This we're gonna get into this double XL freshman list. It's been leaked. It's a little secret leak that you know what I mean the Rap Delights got. You know, shout out to the little secret leak.
Yeah, we
you
love that.
And we're gonna run down the list. And well, I'm gonna say the names of the people on the list, and then you can tell me if you heard of them, and how you feel about them. If you heard of them, if you didn't hear from them at all, or whatever like that, then I'll do the same thing.
All right, let's go.
All right, freshman list goes as followed. First on the list is Blueface from California.
It's a travesty. With that being the first name on this list, I don't want to hear another name on this list. That I cannot get into Blueface. He has become very successful with this title track, Tatiana joint. This is it, yeah.
Tatiana.
Like, look at you. Now you all co-signing, yo. I can't get into it. I can't. The brother don't rap on beat. Now this is who Michael Rappaport need to be coming for when he says about rapping on beat. Like, this young brother is one of the worst rappers, lyricists, artists I have ever heard in life. The fact that I need to understand why Double XL put them on here. What is it? Is it based on lyrics? Is it based on?
It's just based on.
Is it based on sportsmanship? Like, what is it based on?
I guess it's based on
if you could twerk to it.
whoever's young and popping. I guess. I mean, because that's
so it holds no real validity.
No, it's not all over. It's just whoever you young and popping at the time. I guess this is what I don't work for Double XL.
I feel like Double XL. I feel like it hasn't been like that. Who you work for?
Rap Delight Podcast.
Who you work for?
Rap Delight Podcast. That's who I work for.
So back to the garbage bowl. I feel like Double XL. In earlier years that they kind of stood for some of these lists when they came out kind of stood for a little something more. I feel like now, but just seeing this artist in this list, I don't know what happened.
I just well, I'm gonna give my opinion on Blueface. I mean, I said before about Blueface and a lot of these other guys, whatever like that. We're listening to their demos. These are I recorded songs when I was 15, 16 years old, and they sound bad like this. They sound bad like this, you know what I mean? But the difference between me and them is I didn't have the internet. So I couldn't have, if I got 10,000 followers, like if I got 10,000 followers and I put out that song, whatever like that, out of 10,000, if you got 10,000 followers, if you get half of them to like it, that's pretty fucking good. Right. You know what I mean? That's pretty damn. That's pretty, and that's what's happening. I agree. You got these kids, and then you got these kids. They're pulling from this, and with Double XL, I think the reason why the list looks like this is because where they're pulling from. This is what's out there. You know what I mean? For a majority of these kids, I mean, these are what these are what your sons are listening to. You know what I mean? This is what my daughter is listening to. Help it. This is what my daughter is listening to. You know what I mean? They're not listening to you. Kids are not listening to their daddy's records.
No, and there are other great artists out here. I mean, the J. Coles of the world came from somewhere. Yeah, they came from, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So there are.
Cole all day.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
I'm listening to them all week, son.
One track. One song all week.
All week.
Progress.
All right, so let's go get more further down this list. You know what I mean? All right, Blueface is number one. We got Sheck West. You ever heard of him from
I
Harlem?
have not heard from Sheck West.
Sheck West
Now he's from
from
Harlem, so he better be represented.
Now he's good. He's kind of like on some Travis Scott type of vibe with like that. He's okay. I heard some of the stuff. He's okay. Whatever.
How's his following? Does he have like a prick like the
Yes,
is he hitting the masses?
Yeah, she's got a joint out. I mean, I'm not listening.
We're
to
not
it.
checking for it yet.
I'm not checking for it
Okay.
yet, but I mean, he's in the pocket.
Okay.
We got Juice WRLD from Chicago.
Okay.
Um,
Now I feel like I've heard a few tracks from Juice WRLD. I may not have like the name sounds familiar, but
Yeah,
I
you
feel like
definitely
I
heard.
may not know the
def-
joint until I actually like hear it. But
Lucid Dreams.
Oh, I like Lucid Dreams. So there was controversy about this Lucid Dream.
Mm-hmm.
So he had, was it that he stole the rights to another song that this yeah. So I really do like this one. This one. Juice WRLD should be definitely before Blueface. I hope this isn't in
Well, it's not like
chronological
a chronological.
It's still,
order.
I don't want it. The fact that Blueface is at the top of the list. Is
No,
just,
I'm not. I just
does something to me.
Like my list is different. Like I'm sure because I was
Right.
looking for it, so it's not in like they had it in chronological, like best to
Yeah.
worst.
So-
they're just on the list.
Juice WRLD, I like. I'd like to give props to Juice WRLD. He reminds me of Extacion.
Yeah, and that's that type of vibe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
it's
I do
that type
like
of
Juice
vibe.
WRLD a lot. Yeah.
So you got Juice WRLD. We got Rico Nasty from Maryland, who's a female.
Oh, okay. Shout out.
You know what I mean? And me and Sam was listening to this a little earlier.
Yeah. What's it sound like? Is that her? Is that 2 Chainz? Who's on there? Is that like a feature?
No, this I think this is her yeah, this is a feature
Sound
joint.
like
What she sound like?
she sound old new. Like she
Almost like it sound like the City Girls. But
From Maryland, though?
but more gritty. She don't sound like the as her tone, but like the same type of vibe. Same
Okay.
type of talk.
Okay.
You talking shit about niggas. You know what I mean? You ain't got
Okay.
no money, nigga. You know what I mean? Fuck out of here, all that. You know what I mean?
I just want to hear like one lyric from her. Like I keep hearing. That's hers right now.
No, this is the song she featured on.
Oh, okay. All
You know what
right,
I mean?
okay.
This is the song she featured
Okay.
on. This
All right, let me
is
check
her.
her out one more time. We'll get back to this
Yeah. This
next
is,
week
this
and I'll
is
tell you
one
how I
of her
feel.
you can go check her out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Rico Nasty.
Rico Nasty.
Who else we got? Rico Nasty, Gunna from College Park, Atlanta.
They gon' call me Rico Bruce. When I drop the top, I turn that shit into a coupe. It's a new day.
Yeah, that's
I need me
Rico.
a new
Yeah.
boo. Counting blue face, my favorite show Blue's Clues.
All right.
Serving my shit.
Nothing to write home about.
Then, so then we got Gunna, your boy,
I like Gunna.
College Park.
I like Gunna.
GA.
Gunna's alright. Gunna's alright. Gunna's alright. Remember I was listening to him last week and I was like,
She was trying to get
I
through.
was trying to get through it,
and
but
now you fell on it.
no, I didn't fall on it. We're gonna let's take it back. You're going too deep into this right now. I said I will give him props for making this list. It's a little worthy. Yeah. Will I be banging it? No.
But you can see
But
it
I
making
can
the
see it.
freshman
I can see
list.
it making the freshman list.
All right. So we got Taylor Yahweh from Orlando, Florida. Listen to some of that stuff and
Is it gritty down south? Like the dialect is too much.
This is a dude, 19 years old. And like I said, a lot of this stuff is like,
All that shit sound the same to me.
they start sounding the same because
It's
they're
like
pulling from the
run-ons.
same
Yeah,
pool.
yeah.
They're pulling from the same pool. So you got Young Boy Never Broke Again from Baton Rouge. Little Skies from Waynesboro, PA.
Okay.
None of these are ringing a bell?
None of these. Not even the PA guy. I'm surprised
Yeah.
I haven't heard him on like local radio or something like that.
You got Little Baby from Atlanta, GA. I know you heard of Little
I know
Baby.
we know Lil Baby.
Lil Baby. Lil Baby is down with Quavo and Nate Crew.
Right.
You know what I mean? Lil Baby. So Lil Baby's one of the dudes that I like when I saw the list, I knew automatically.
You knew automatically.
I knew
right.
automatically.
Right.
That's
It's because
the
he's
joint
getting radio play. He's on like
Yeah, he got
I
the
hear
joint
him
drip.
on my Sirius XM. He's getting
Yeah,
play.
yeah, he got the joint drip. Lil Baby and we got Lil Tjay from the Bronx and Young Gravy from Rochester, Minnesota.
Well, that's what I like to hear. Just
And
to
he's
see.
white.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
So when you
yeah.
say he's white, is he like a Mac Miller? Is he like a like?
No, he's
where's
still
his roots
making
come
this.
from?
He's making
Where's this like? Is he? You know
he's
what I
making
mean?
the same
Is he like
shit
a Post
that these
Malone?
do.
Like what? How?
He's making the same.
See, I'm just saying, I wouldn't even be able to tell.
Nah, you wouldn't even be able to tell.
Oh, okay.
You wouldn't even be able to tell. You wouldn't even be able to tell. It's just the same. I'm over here. This is Young Gravy, right here. So
This is the young guy from Minnesota.
yeah. Looking like a white pimp. Now, like I said, a lot of this, like I always been saying, a lot of these dudes, this is their demo shit. This is shit that I was like when I was in high school, 14, 15 years old. These were not these kind of songs, but this is the tone of it. This is the way it sounds. This is when you first getting your bearings and rhyming and getting song structure down. But they're getting signed and stuff because they're based on
off
internet. Based off the internet buzz. So this is what you're getting out here. So this is the freshman class for the double XL, you know what I mean? And this is why it's different from when we was coming up. And you said it had more the double XL had more of a standing with it. And I don't think it's
It meant
necessarily
something, like
double XL as much as this is what they're pulling from.
Yeah. Well, you mean the crops are like
The
depleted. There's nothing
pickings
like,
are slim.
Yeah.
So you guys like, who's the young boys? Who's the top 10 young boys right now?
Yeah.
And that's what you got.
God, then we doing bad.
Unless you completely
some-
like beating the bushes and going out and finding dudes. Like these are the people that are coming.
Well, then that's what needs to be done, because I feel like it has to be some thorough, undiscovered talent out there that's banging, and we just, because I can't believe.
Listen, if
that
you
Blueface
thorough and
is
undiscovered
on this
talent,
list.
and if you thorough and undiscovered talent, and you got some dope shit, send stuff to the Rap Delites.
Yes,
send it
yes,
to us. Next year we gonna make our own freshman list.
How about that?
How about that? Rap Delites. Well, we putting it out there right now.
Bar demo joint on there.
Yeah, some old shit on there. You know what I mean? I got bars. And we gonna put that out there. You know what I mean? We're gonna be right back with more Rap Delites. You know what I mean?
Rap Delites. Rap Delites.
Welcome back to the Rap Delites podcast. I am Bats. This is Miss Smith. Ty is mission in action. Shout out to my brother. We was out last night. He had a couple of Jamesons and Hennessy.
So this is your fault.
Yeah, it's all my fault. I'm the die. I was trying to get rid of them. You know what I mean?
We needed that commentary. We needed that. Too black, too strong commentary today, all right? We missing that.
Yeah, listen. This should have been a whole different topic with these dudes if it wasn't
I didn't
with
have
Ty.
like my sister soldier, Professor X over here, you know?
Nah, I mean, but
Ty, we miss you.
Miss Smith is taking up for your space, you know what I mean? Because I'm in the bag over here. So we're going to get into the artist of the week. The artist of the week is my brother, Ace Hood, born Anton McAllister, May 11th, 1988, in Port Lucia, Florida, raised in Deerfield Beach, Florida. He was formerly signed to DJ Khaled's We're the Best Music, Def Jam, and Cash Money Records. His song Top of the World from his debut studio album Gutter was featured on the basketball simulation game. Was that NBA 2K10? He released 4 studio albums. His most successful was his last 2 albums, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, 2011, and Trials and Tribulations, 2013. Best known for his hit singles, Hustle Hard and Bugatti. And 2016, McAllister announced his departure from We the Best Music. Shout outs to Ace Hood. Miss Smith, how do you feel about Ace Hood?
I feel like Ace Hood is one of the best artists out there. I feel like he was, what is the word I'm looking for? What's the word? Help me out, guys. When somebody doesn't get their just dues or the notoriety that they deserve, he's like,
unsung or not unsung?
Unsung Ace Hood.
Underrated?
This ain't the Shy-Lights.
Underrated? Underrated?
I feel like
underappreciated?
he's underrated. Underappreciated. That's perfect. Okay. So I feel like, I have been following Ace Hood since Hustle Hard.
Yeah.
I've always loved Ace Hood. I just feel like lyrically, he reminds me of a Meek. He puts me in the mindset of a Meek, but like down south. You know what I mean? I felt like he could have been more and done more. It's unfortunate that they had like that falling out with MMG. I feel like that kind of tanked his career a little bit.
Yeah.
I was always checking for him and looking for more, but it just kind of kept falling short. I don't want to say like I just think like they weren't pushing him like they should have been, because like I said,
he had joints.
when you look at Double XL freshman list, and you really like there's people.
I think Ace Hood was on that list at one time.
Ace Hood was on that.
Yeah, I think he was on.
Ace Hood was on that list.
Yeah.
So when you look at people like that, like I feel like he should have gone and can go further. I don't know at this point what he should be doing.
I don't know where he's at, but
he's boo loving. He boo loving.
Yeah, he did. He just had a joint that just dropped. You know what I mean? A little mix.
What's that? Undefeated? I heard something. Was it Undefeated?
Undefeated.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. It was tough.
I remember when like Bugatti and all that stuff and Hustle Hard came out. Like when the Hustle Hard came out, that's when I started like really checking for him like that. Then I like went back and caught the Bugatti stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he's nice, and he's spitting. He's making those like club banging anthems. You know what I mean? He got all that fucking energy and everything like that. I remember I used to date this chick.
Of course.
It always goes back to a chick.
Can we get one story that doesn't involve a North Philly female?
She wasn't from North Philly. She was from West. Thank you.
Oh, shout out. West Side.
But she used to hate when I used to play Ace Hood.
Why?
I don't know, cause I mean, he was on some like hood, like it was some like hustle hard. And he just like she was like she was like on some real pretty shit. You know what I mean? She wasn't into that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So she didn't really. But
I don't even know what that means, but go ahead.
She was like on some prissy shit.
Okay, all right.
You know what I mean? She wasn't into like.
She wasn't bougie ghetto?
Yeah, she wasn't bougie ghetto. She was just bourgeoisie. You know what I mean?
You see why that didn't work out.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But yeah, she didn't really like. But I fucked with Ace Hood, and I used to play that kind of stuff, and I got into that, and I just did like you said. I don't understand how he just like disappeared.
Yeah.
Like because he was putting out anthems, he was doing shit with Rick Ross and then but you know Ross, I guess maybe. Like you was talking about him being like a Meek of the South.
Yeah.
Once Ross and them got Meek,
it was
they didn't need Ace Hood or whatever like that.
Basically. And
that type of vibe. And maybe that's what happened and then a lot of times in this industry, dudes get disgruntled with whatever deal they got or whatever like that, and they say like fuck that. And if you ain't get, especially if you ain't get the kind of paper you need to get out of whoever you dealing with or whatever like that, you're like I'm out, man.
I feel like you're only doing yourself a disservice because I think that when I heard about this story with Ace Hood, that he did become very disgruntled and he just stopped kind of like making music, and it was like, you know, you only hurting yourself because MMG is still thriving, they're still going, like you're only hurting yourself. And he kind of took like some type of rap sabbatical, you know what I mean? Like
you really can't do that in this day and age.
You can't do that. You
not
can't.
in this day and age, because it's like 1,000 dudes coming out every day.
Because now you got to reintroduce yourself.
Yeah.
If Cats wasn't checking for you,
myself.
My name is. If Cats weren't checking for you back then, and then you come out and it's like basically a whole new rap genre going on right now. You got to kind of.
Well, not 2 Chainz.
What 2 Chainz do?
Not 2 Chainz.
Remember this song, Body to Body?
I remember that.
T-Pain did it. He was in a group and he was singing. Then he changed up and then started rapping like he.
Yeah, but see, but by the time you caught him, 2 Chainz or T-Pain.
T-Pain.
By the time
T-Pain
came out with the singing stuff, you know what I mean, he was just a totally different entity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's like when Lionel Richie left the Commodores. You know what I mean?
Before my time.
Lionel Richie was the Commodores were the Commodores, and Lionel Richie was Lionel Richie. He wasn't like, you know what I mean, you was able to separate it because he was himself.
Right.
He was doing his own thing, whatever like that. Ace Hood was always Ace Hood.
Yeah.
You know, he wasn't like he was in a group, and he's like when Busta left Leaders of the New School.
Right.
You know what I mean? Leaders of the New School was Leaders of the New School, but Busta Rhymes was Busta Rhymes.
Right.
And he set himself apart from that. Like when you leave in a rap crew or record label, it's a little bit different. You know what I mean? It's not like you you still Ace Hood, you still the same dude, you know what I mean? But
yeah.
I would love to hear some real great things coming from Ace Hood because I really enjoyed his music. He was dope. He had some bangers. He had
Yeah.
club bangers. Shit, I banged in the car, and like I said, so I would love to him. I love Ace Hood.
I would say don't count him out.
Yeah.
Because when I listened to Undefeated,
Yeah.
that joint was banging. It was like I don't count him
Good
out.
Lord,
He may be
Undefeated.
coming
It
out.
was good.
Yeah, it was really good. It was really good. So I do hope that he keeps it coming, and just I'm gonna just continue to check for him and see if Ace Hood.
And I think like a lot of times, like what happened maybe is like the strip club shit came into play.
Tore the game up.
Like the strip club, like a lot of people,
Yo.
like they're making like
Blueface.
they making strip club music now. Like I
They always made strip.
yeah,
They
but
did always make strip club
no. They were always making music that played in the strip clubs. Now they're making strip club music. They're making music. You see
a
the
whole new
difference?
genre. That's what we're
You
talking
see
about.
the difference?
There's
Like they were
genres
making,
within
I
genres.
remember going to the Cherokee on 53rd and Westminster. Shout out to the Cherokee.
Don't be proud. Don't be proud of that. I remember walking by the Cherokee like, what is this bullshit?
And they used to play incarcerated Scarfaces while the girls was on stage, and they would play that because that was the music of the era. You know what I mean? That's what you were playing. But now
I feel like y'all had a bunch of what's the bull name? Don't Stop. I feel like that's what the back then. Is that not what was popular there?
They weren't playing that in the strip club. They were playing like incarcerated Scarfaces. They was playing that kind of. They would play that kind of stuff maybe, but they were playing what you were listening to at the time. But now these dudes are tailoring their songs to the strip clubs. They're talking about strippers. They're talking about throwing money. They're talking about those. So that's kind of like the thing. And like, if you're from the South, especially the South, it's a big culture down there. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's what happened with Hood, because Hood was making joints. You know what I mean? He was making joints. I mean, they can still play it in the strip club, but they weren't strip club songs.
Yeah.
So maybe that. I don't know. I mean, Ace Hood, if you're watching this, you know what I mean? Maybe you can give us more insight to what happened or whatever like that. But we rooting for you, brother. We want to see some dope joints out.
Not to cut you off. When I hear these strip joint songs, though, it's like an easy way out for me. It's like safe music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I know they're going to dance to this. I know they're going to... You know what I mean?
It's what they call low-hanging fruit.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like, okay, I know... But that's what these dudes are going for. They're going for like, oh, I know this going to get a play. You know what I mean? And that's what they're trying to get... Listen, these are young boys in the streets. They're just trying to get a quick buck to just... they're not used to having no nutrition. You want to make a quick buck to buy themselves some fucking shell tops and some polo shirts. And I understand that. I was a young boy. I needed a job. I needed something to do. If somebody said when you were 15 years old, say, hey, Denise, I'm going to write you a little song right here. You know what I mean? And then you can buy all the polo and Tommy you want.
Yeah, but it ain't all young boys. Like, what's the bull? Gotti.
Yeah,
it ain't all young boys.
Yeah, but these dudes is broke. They all broke boys. They all broke boys, and when you broke,
shout out to all the broke young boys.
Yeah, broke is universal. Knows no age or gender or denomination.
Yes.
So they broke and they trying to get a couple $dollars doing that, and it's sad that's it's like, you know what I mean, like 2 Chainz had the album called Rap Delites. A lot of these young boys, they don't see no other way but rhyming, or trying to get to play basketball, and if you can't play ball. Yeah, I mean,
and that's unfortunate though. If you think about it, I mean, that's
everybody ain't college material. You know what I mean?
That's a whole different discussion.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Everybody ain't college material. Everybody's not going to be a CEO or a dentist. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean. It's a shame. So, but shout out to Ace Hood. Rap Delites. We'll be right back with some more of this hip hop commentary. You know what I mean?
Rap Delites. Rap Delites.
Welcome back to the Rap Delites podcast. I am Bats. This is Miss Smith right here. We're going to get into the brother Offset. Offset is a member of the trio the Migos. I like a lot of the Migos material, but Offset had said something very controversial in an interview on Ebro in the Morning. I'm going to paraphrase basically what he's. Offset basically said older artists, meaning artists from like the 80s and 90s and stuff like that, should be basically kissing the Migos, and he corrected himself. The new artists should be basically kissing their feet because they took rap to like the #1 genre, and that they should be praising these new artists and everything like that. And then he went on to say, you know what I mean, instead of like kicking them while they down or saying what they doing isn't hip hop or is corny or whatever like that, they should be embracing them and stuff like that. So Miss Smith, it looks like she's ready to go.
I'm ready to close.
She look like she's ready to go.
I'm trying to contain myself.
Look like she's ready to go over here.
This is the type of shit that will have you.
So you go ahead and let's talk. You can talk about what Offset said.
Where do I begin?
We can get in there. You know what I mean?
This is a type of
this
shit.
This is for Offset.
Basically, this is the type of thing that will have you really change your mindset on an artist. I too like Offset. I too like the Migos. But when you say ignorant things like that, disparagingly to older artists, people that paved the way for you with no room for no respect at all, I take issue with. He said and made mention to the fact like we don't, you know, what genre, what
our genre is #1 now. It wasn't #1 on the streaming before.
Due to streaming, due to Spotify, due to Tidal, we didn't have that coming up. These guys, I mean, they had trials and tribulations trying to break through this new genre, because if you really think about it, hip hop is presently a new.
It came out in it started in the late 70s. I mean, people started putting out records in the early 80s, and they were still discovering. So I mean, these guys. You can continue on because I got some, you know what I mean? But he did. Go ahead.
I feel like he did himself an injustice, and I feel like a lot and I've heard it. It's not the first time I've heard a newer, younger artist speak in such a negative tone towards artists of my day. Because like they did do a lot to pave the way. They did do a lot. You know, they took. Man, they took and had to put up with so much with these record companies and labels and just the society as a whole. I mean, the NWAs and the Tupacs and the Notorious B.I.G. Like, I mean, it was laws governed made after these artists that, you know what I mean, due to the things that they were spitting and talking about. Like, you cannot take that away from them because you feel like you are one of the best to ever do it. Like, you still have to pay homage to these artists, and I just felt like that was in poor taste. I felt like I even felt slighted Ebro on them. I felt like they should have came at him a little harder about that. Like, if you saying that you for the culture and you protecting the culture, that wasn't too much protecting the culture, because I was literally looking for a number to call in, because Offset was about to get a piece of my mind for real. Like, Offset, I love you, but I just feel like that was like a no-go for me. What do you think?
I listened. I actually checked the video. I watched the whole interview in its entirety this morning, like the entire thing. That was just like
a smidgen of it.
A smidgen of it when he was talking. He talked about a whole lot.
Right.
And my first problem was Offset's a rapper. He makes his living rapping, and he couldn't even talk into the mic. Like, he couldn't even talk into the mic to do the interview. Right. So he was like way back here, and then he was here and stuff like that.
Well, maybe because that big ass coat he was wearing in the studio, all was bundled up like they was about to get like frigid temperatures in the studio.
Well, he's from Atlanta. He was up in New York City. Maybe
he was doing too much. Like, come on,
man. You come from them warm climates. But my thing about it is, I don't think Offset or a lot of these young guys are articulate enough to say their point in the best way. So I think I kind of understood what he was saying. I just didn't like the way he said it. Now, and he doesn't have he's not an educated man.
He's not educated.
You know what I mean? He's not an educated man, and I'm a dude that used to listen. I studied hip hop, and he doesn't understand that a lot of those dudes that came before him are the reason why rap is #1 on these charts and stuff like that. They died you got shitty deals and all that kind
That's
of
right.
stuff. So a guy like him can say, like I always used to tell my daughter, it's easy to walk on water when you know where the rocks are. Those guys showed you where the rocks were. Those guys got jerked in deals so you could not get jerked in deals.
That's right.
MC Hammer went broke so you wouldn't have to go broke.
Yeah, that's what
You know what I
exactly
mean?
what I'm
Like you
talking
saw
about.
those problems that they went to, and so you gotta be careful about how you talk about these individuals because they help put you in. Maybe they didn't directly put you into the position that you're in and your group in the genre, but they sacrificed so the genre could be there. I don't think Offset understands that.
And not even that. Where's your humble pie?
Well, you don't got no humble pie because
I mean,
now he's
like-
like he didn't. I mean, you don't see these dudes. They think that they did it all by themselves.
Yeah.
Because in their mind they did. You know what I mean? When you don't have a dad around and nobody to check you and all that kind of stuff like that. Now you become a millionaire. You got a beautiful wife. You know, you thinking, oh, I did this by myself. You know, who put
Right.
this together?
Me.
That's who. You know what I mean? I did this all by myself.
Right.
And you gotta. I mean, it's not until you become older and get more wise you start saying, yo, you know what I mean? I didn't do this by myself.
Yeah.
I things came like I when I'm in my 40s now. I realize a lot of the things that I did now, like damn, I pinched a lot from all of these individuals to get where I am right now. But when you're young, you don't understand. He like 25, 27, some shit like that.
Yeah.
You still don't understand those type of things. And another thing is he had another point where these older artists are very disrespectful to these new dudes. They are very disrespectful to these new dudes.
They
I'm
are.
serious.
I can't hold you. They
I'm
are.
serious,
They are.
man. I mean, these dudes, the way they come at and like they come at these dudes like, dude, you still getting raped by record companies.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you still got jerked and stuff. And I love a lot of our artists that we love
They are.
listening to and stuff like that. But they got raped and jerked by companies and stuff like that. And a lot of these dudes that we grew up listening to in the 90s and stuff like that, they didn't study the older dudes to know, like when you look at the Migos and how they dress and stuff like that, like we was talking about before the break. You had the Grandmaster Flashes and stuff like that was dressing up like cowboys and
Yeah.
bullshit like that. You go back and look at
YMCA,
it.
yeah,
you go back. You said
Yeah.
YMCA. You talking about the fucking the
YMCA,
village
right?
people.
That's how they. Grandmaster Flash, wasn't he like wearing shit just like that?
They wasn't as bad as the village
Sorry, they
people.
all
but
before my time. Before my time.
They wasn't as bad, but they were wearing costumes like Africa Bam was wearing
Yeah.
big feather outfits and stuff like that. It was a costume or something like that.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until Run DMC came along, like yo, we wearing what we wear around the way.
Yeah.
Like we ain't wearing
No
that.
costume. This ain't a pageant. This ain't a- yeah, I
we
get
ain't
that.
wearing that stuff. You know what I mean?
I feel like a lot of the older artists, though, I mean, and it's unfortunate. I don't know. Maybe it's just human nature, but I feel like it's a jealousy factor. Like,
Yeah.
they see that these young kids are doing it without the use of a label, without the use of, you
Yeah.
know, with the help of these streaming and YouTube and things like that.
Yeah.
And it's very lucrative, and they didn't have that
Yeah.
back then. And I almost feel bad for them, but at the same time, like, I do feel like you can't come off it. Like,
Yeah,
be
you
more
just-
of a mentor. Be like, let them know.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
we'll be in a better place in hip hop where there's a marriage between that game and the new game.
Yeah.
When there's a marriage, and we got to get to that point where we can marry the business side of being dope and
Yeah.
knowing the business and being a dope artist and stuff like that. So you know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's where I think we need to get as far. And like I said, I understand what Offset was saying. I just didn't like how he said it or whatever like that. And I understand that they get a lot of flack.
Yeah.
For the, you know what I mean, the stuff that they do, and like I said, I'm an old school dude. I got Big Daddy Kane records. I own them. You know what I mean? I own them. I own.
So proud.
Yeah, I own them. So it's not like I'm just talking out the side of my neck. You know what I mean? But I
Right.
fuck with Migos songs. I go out. I'm having a good time. You know what I mean?
I do too, but
You know what I mean?
unfortunately, I'm a person that my loyalty is like on a 100. Like, I feel like when you disrespect somebody I know and love, like in hip hop, older hip hop is like somebody I know and love.
But them dudes feel disrespected.
Listen,
You know what I mean?
listen.
Like for argument's sake, when you was young.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you was young and somebody come along and say, "Man, fuck out of here, you corny, you doing
Nah,
this."
nobody's saying that, son.
You gonna be like, yo, like I ain't even do nothing. I'm just dressed and I'm doing what I'm having fun.
Right.
Like I'm just chilling. You know what I mean? Like when I was young, I used to wear baggy ass pants and hanging off my butt or whatever like that. And I remember old heads, you like, oh, yo, put you got them big old pants on. So I'm like, yo, leave me alone.
Why do people always forgetting about your dirty backpack? Every time you talk about some shit he wear, like, let's leave with that.
Yo, just I'm having fun. I'm doing my own thing.
Yeah.
I'm not shooting nobody. I'm not doing like let's leave them alone. Let them have their fun. They're not the Migos aren't that New York street gritty rap. They're not going to be that. They're never going to be that. So you gotta let them be. Like I always say, the further away from New Orleans you get, the worse the more different the gumbo is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. You just gotta accept that as a fact. They're down there doing their own thing. They're having fun. They're young boys. I don't think disrespect should go on either side.
Here's my thing. I feel like, and you correct me if I'm wrong, any of you. I feel like the rappers of our time, I've never ever heard them speaking ill will of any rappers, artists prior to them.
No.
And correct me if I'm wrong. Nelly?
Nelly came at KRS-One.
Nelly don't count.
That don't count. That really does not count.
Listen,
that doesn't count to me.
But there were times where other younger artists, so that was I remember LL Cool J dissed Kumo D.
Yeah.
LL Cool J was a brand new dude.
But then they had beef. Something happened. That was like some backstage beef.
It wasn't no
beef?
bad. Like Kumo D thought LL was kind of taking this. Well, Kumo D's friend Tila Rock had a song.
Shout out to Tila Rock.
Had a song. Was it let me see. I'm gonna get actual facts.
I can't even remember. I remember Tila Rock, but I can't remember.
I mean, let me get actual facts over here. You know what I mean? Let me get actual facts over here. You know what I mean? On some Tila. It's Yours. He had a song called It's Yours.
It's
you know what
Yours.
I mean? No. It's Yours. Man, let me.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I do too. Oh yeah, that's what we just saying. We just said that.
So Tila Rock had It's Yours, right? Mm-hmm. And then LL came out with I believe it was I Need a Beat. Let me see. Now we in the bag. You know what I mean?
Dig in the crate. A chicken.
LL came out with I believe it was I Need a Beat. Let me where the hell is that song at? And Kumo D was friends with Tila Rock.
Similarities, but
and Kumo D was mad because they thought he was a beat biter. He thought he was a young boy, he's a beat biter, whatever like that.
Yeah.
So that's where, and then Kumo D was talking about LL was still in the style, but then they got into a beef, and LL was calling me old, you know what I mean, and this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
And I mean, so it was there, but it wasn't like in a mass thing. It wasn't
I feel like that was totally different.
It's like it wasn't like a rivalry like now, but we gotta somehow bridge a gap.
Yeah.
Between the younger artists and the newer artists, the younger artists, the young newer artists, and the older artists, and get the business side down. That's why I love like all of the dudes that's dope as shit right now. Guys like Kendrick Lamar and guys like J. Cole are under a mentorship of a Dre and a Jay-Z and stuff like that. We need more of that, and I mean, so that's where I need the game to get. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like the J. Coles and the Kendrick Lamars, they're the guys that I'm talking about. As they're coming up to be, and they're grooming themselves to be the Jay-Z's and the Diddy's, and can make more of an impact on our culture and help those before them. Remember I was saying, like, start a fund for cats when, you know.
And I think they're going to be the guys.
They're going to be the guys. Migos is not. When you hear them speak of things like that, I don't know. Maybe they just need a little bit more life experience.
But now you got the Migos, and they're working with those guys. You know what I mean? They're working with the J. Coles.
Yeah,
they're working with the J. Coles and the Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
So, like, the older, like sometimes some people just got to die off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just, like, fade off, and then, like, the newer guys that are dope, and they'll get with the guys like the Migos, and then it comes a different culture. You know what I mean?
And that would be great. I'm not even going to shut that down. That would be great. I would love to see something like that.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
So, that's the Rap Delites podcast for today. Shout outs to my host, Miss Smith. Lovely and talented Miss Smith over there.
Yeah.
She's such a diva. We will be back next week with more of this hip hop dope. We'll catch y'all next go round. Peace.
Rap Delites. Rap Delites. Rap Delites.